People don't care how much you know, they want to know how much you care, right?
Wow.
So how do I show people that I care is that I'm not just throwing the Christianese out there,
Yeah.
which like that music is good for some people, but for the people who may have never heard of Christ and they don't understand like the lyrics and the words that we're saying, like the goodness and his graciousness, and they're like, okay, I don't know what that mean, but they can relate to a story that they hear and they're like, dang, I can see myself in that. So I want to make sure that I'm like championing other people's stories, you know what I'm saying? And I'm letting them know, like, if you see this in my life and as vulnerable as I am, don't think that there's a situation that you're in that you can't get out.
It's your boy Scooda, Boost Radio, and I'm here with the homie Scootie Wop. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good.
Yeah,
we waking up still, you know, but it's pretty good. It's hot, bro.
It's hot. It's funny. Quick funny story. So I'm on the radio, and one of the listeners called in. This is like, man, I love your song. I said, no, that's Scootie Wop. And he's like, oh, I thought that was yours. I said, no, Scootie Wop. I'm Scooda. And so it just goes to show you how impactful your music is, and people just drawn to it. What got you into? I know a little bit about your story. You was, chopping it up a little bit before the cameras were rolling. You were a musician or in ministry and doing things in church.
Yep.
Then went to rap. So kind of just take us a little bit about why the change from it's still ministry, but it wasn't rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it was like, I had a love for music, right? So that's a really big thing for me. I grew up with all the burn CDs and stuff like that. My uncle had the CDs in the back. All that Frostwire, LimeWire, all that good stuff. Yeah. So I was getting in trouble. I was like recording like radio stuff on my mom's phone to listen to it. Yeah.
You did it for the
all that. I was like, I'll call you back. It wasn't even my phone.
Yeah. Oh wow.
On my mama's phone, I was still doing that. But like,
the good days.
I found Christ at 19 years old, and my pops, like he sang, he made music. My uncle made R&B music. My grandpa was in a quartet, so it was always something that was around me. But it really didn't make sense for me to try because I had sports in my back pocket.
Yeah.
But then I ended up getting into this car accident and had this moment with God, like, I need to figure something out with my life because I knew about church. I grew up in church. I just. Once I got old enough not to go, I didn't go.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, at least for me, I feel like, man, because my mama was a prophetess. I'm a PK.
Yeah.
And so I would go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday mornings and stuff. And so when I got of age, it's like, all right, I did that, but what else haven't I done? Let me go do all of this, and to come to find out, all this stuff sticks with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I love that you. Now you said, wait a minute, you said you had a little sports background.
Yeah. I played football.
Okay.
Running back, D tackle. I played nose. I played right guard.
Really?
I played basketball.
Yeah.
1 through 3 until everybody started getting over 6 foot.
And
I was 1 and 2. That was it.
1 and 2.
I kickboxed for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. I did like Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. I'm trying to think of what other sports. Track and field.
Oh, so
high
you
jump.
active out there. So
I was
if
super
anybody
active.
want to smoke with basketball, football,
now let me stretch. You know what I'm saying? I got like an extra 100 pounds on my frame, so
you good.
You
good.
But I still hooping and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, I want to let you know, man. I really do love a lot of your songs, man. A lot of your music, I rock with it, and so I do this thing where a lot of young people from the church, if I drop them off and things like that, I'll play the music, and you are on that list. I have a list of artists that I play that I know, because you got to be able to relate to them.
For sure.
And so why is that so important for you, when you're making music, not to just talk about Jesus, but to also be relatable to the new generation that's listening to music?
Yeah, a big thing that Jeannie Mayo said to me, that was the coordinator over the college that I went to. She said people don't care how much you know, they want to know how much you care, right?
Wow.
So how do I show people that I care is that I'm not just throwing the Christianese out there, which like that music is good for some people, but for the people who may have never heard of Christ and they don't understand like the lyrics and the words that we're saying, like the goodness and his graciousness, and they're like, okay, I don't know what that mean, but they can relate to a story that they hear, and they're like, dang, I can see myself in that. So I want to make sure that I'm like championing other people's stories, you know what I'm saying? And I'm letting them know, like, if you see this in my life and as vulnerable as I am, don't think that there's a situation that you're in that you can't get out. So that's why I take that approach, you know what I'm saying?
I love it. I think that's a really good approach too, because, even the Bible talks about being overcome by the blood of the Lamb, sharing the testimony and everything like that. So With that being an importance to you, I know another thing it seems like you're passionate about is other artists, especially upcoming artists, and maybe sharing some of your downfalls to them so they don't make the same thing. Why is that so important to you?
I mean, somebody has to learn. You know, curiosity is something that like I just don't want people to fall into. It's like with parents. Like your parents had to experience something and then let you know, like, hey, be on the lookout for this. Yeah. So a lot of people told me, you know, don't sign to the labels and don't do this, don't do that. But I'm like, the only way I'm really going to understand what you're saying, I'm a little bit hard-headed, I'm going to do it so I can let you know from the inside what's going on. But like for the artists that want to know, knowledge is key. Knowledge is free if people want to receive it and they're listening. So I'm willing to give it.
That's what's up. That's dope, man. So, you got any new music working on? Album? Any exclusive stuff we can't talk about?
I'm working on like 4 albums right now.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to work on? Because usually some people take it slow, but so why the necessity you think for working on them now?
Yeah. Well, I got the capacity right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, and then I have. It's really just the vision. So a lot of it right now, it's not like all the songs are done or whatever. It's just storyboarding it. So the formula that I figured out after just kind of studying certain artists that I really respect is like I can give you. Trillmatic is one of those ones where like it feels like something. You know what I'm saying? And then I might have a project that just gets people amped up. It's a celebration. And then let's get back to the story. So I'm not like storyboarding them out for the next however many years it's gonna take to get them done.
Write the vision down, make it plain.
That's it. So I got notes, I got merch ideas for all of it, I got show ideas, I got aesthetics that I want to have going.
That's good.
So it's good for me to write it, because if not, it ain't gonna get done.
How important is it for you to rest though? Like, a lot of artists just grind and be like, man, I'll do it later. But is it how do you prioritize getting some rest so you could be more creative with things?
So we're called to be good stewards, not just of like the blessings monetarily that God gives us or the objects that we receive, but literally like our body is a temple. So for me, rest is a big thing. Like I played sports and I know how important it is to be hydrated after, before, and during. And then obviously being like with my wife, like you gotta rest, because if not, and I lay it out all on the field, I gotta fly back, and then I can't even be there for my first ministry, right? Real. So rest is super important. Like the grind is good, but if you're grinding from a standpoint of I'm just trying to make it, it's like, nah, the reason that all of this is pouring out is because I'm in a good place of resting. You know what I'm saying? That now everything else just fall.
That's a blessing, man. Well, before you go, let's say, for example, there's an artist that's right here.
Yeah.
They're starting off. They see your career. They see the blessings. They see God's favor over your life. And they're like, Scootie, how do I do this? What's a great tip that you would, from your experience and from your heart, that you would give to that person? Yeah.
So my career is like very interesting. I feel like a lot of the milestones that I wanted to hit, that I had set for myself, I hit within like the first 2 years. Yeah. Like, and it was really just like, I want to write for KB and be on a song with him, and write for Cray and work on the Reach Summer Project, and you know what I'm saying, maybe a Dove Award. So like in the first 2 years it happens, I'm like, dang, what am I gonna do now? What I would tell to an artist, if you were right here in front of me, is just letting God sustain you. That's the spiritual side. Like, let God sustain you. When you think of the word sustain, like there's pianos. There's a piano that has the keys, and then there's a sustain pedal. What that does is you hit that key, hit the pedal, you can take your hand off, and it just takes you there. You know what I'm saying? So very transparent. I only recorded like 4 songs in the last 2 years.
Wow.
Straight up.
Just 4?
4. I put out a bunch of music, but like I only recorded 4, but God sustained everything. So spiritual side, let him sustain you. Lean on him for sure, because that's where you're going to get all your inspiration. But from a work standpoint, just be a student of the game. Like, don't be afraid to, like, obviously ask questions, but come up with Pinterest boards, or like, this is my idea of I want for aesthetics, or watch people's podcasts. Take your own notes. When you see a music video, you're like, dang, I really like that angle. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to screenshot it and send it to my videographer. Like, just do stuff like that and try different songs. Just try different styles, even if it don't come out. Like, record a rock song and just see how it gets, because then you appreciate all your other music.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
That's good advice, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for stopping by, bro.
For sure.
May God continue to bless you, man. I just see a lot of favor on your life, and I just see God opening so many different doors and stuff that you've been praying for. He's already giving you the answer for it. And,
Amen.
you know, a lot of things you're seeing now is just confirmation. So I'm excited to see your growth. I'm excited to see where God is going to take you. And I just pray that continued blessings over your life, bro.
That's it.
Real talk. Real
Shout
talk.
out to Boost Radio, man.
Hey, it's Boost Radio.